Okay, so welcome back to a whole new video. Today we're gonna survive as far as possible on Spice Island with only using the land. We cannot use any water in any circumstances, even with the ice monkey. So the first thing we did was Russia IMF loan. And with the money from that we bought a Monkeyopolis. And then just a banana central with the overclock, and then the other remaining tier 5 banana farms. And when I did my testing, the Monkey Wall Street did more money per round when fully buffed than a BRF with an overclock. And then we got the XXXL trap really early also, with a rubble to gold alchemist. Then we ultra boosted every single banana farm, or even some sort of income tower, like the XXXL trap or the Monkeyopolis. Then we also got the Lord of the Abyss to be able to place down an energizer on land, to reduce the cooldown of the Monkey Bank ability or the Ultra Boost. And then also a super mine in the back to take care of all the beds. And when we no longer can survive with this setup, we build the NG Paragon. And then we got an absolute zero to be able to fit our banana farm down again, because a little bit of the banana farm is sticking out to the water, but the center point of this tower is still on land. So that being said, if I sell the absolute zero now, the banana farm will still be up. And then we place down a few snipers to farm more, and then an avatar of the rat to farm pops for our druid paragon later. You also might have noticed the two ice monkeys in the front. That is because we're gonna afford the ice monkey paragon very early, so we can place down more tower in more efficient space, since the ice paragon gives every tower the ability to be placed on water, just like we did with the banana farm and the absolute zero. And after we get our ice paragon, we get the VTSG very early. If we got the VTSG later, it would sacrifice the Lord of the Abyss, and the Lord of the Abyss are gonna hold up our boat and sub paragon later, so that will be a really bad idea. Then we get the Spike Factory paragon in the back, because it's not gonna affect the pops of our tier 5s if you don't use the ability. And it's kind of a safety net in the back with its mines. And then we just get a few tier 5s like the boats or the boomerangs, so we're gonna go into paragons later. And in this run we're gonna aim for every single paragon to be at least degree 70, since you get a degree 69 with only 16 million pops. So those few thousand is really worth it to get a degree 70, which is gonna boost its damage quite a bit. And we're also gonna have some paragons to degree 80 to sacrifice a little more money, but it's still worth it because the damage is gonna be very high for like the boat or the Spike Factory paragon. And then we get our Doom ships to degree 80 as well, since its raw DPS is insane. Then we're gonna farm pops for a long time for a bomb paragon, since none of their tier 5 is really good at damaging bads or really Moabs. And we also try to keep our banana central for as long as possible, since we're gonna need a lot of money. And finally we get our bomb paragon and tack paragon, and now we're gonna farm pops for a wizard paragon and a sub paragon. And those two paragons we get pretty quickly, since they have a lot of DPS, and we get them like 10 rounds later and 1 round apart, so now we have these two as well. And then we also prepared to make a support temple on the left, and also put down some tier 5s that will be useful, like the center champion or some debuffs like the glue storm or the cripple Moab. And then we get down some good damage dealing tier 5s like the super mines, the tax zone, the permacharge or the inferno ring. And we also put our super brittle right beside our temple on the left. And after all of that, our setup is pretty much complete, and now we just gotta ultra boost every single tier 5 and temple, so every single one of them has 10 stacks, and then just go and see how far this goes. I looked into this and looked if anyone else had did this, and Mac and Rules had done this, but he only got to run 310, and that was before the ice paragon, so he didn't stack the towers as good as I did. But I also found this round in Mac and Rules free play competition. This person got to round 376, but that was while only using 2 of the islands. And before we get to the beautiful time lapse, there's gonna be a huge skip from round 358 to 409. That is because my PC literally looked like this. But jokes aside, my PC has been slowing down a lot recently, And in the late 300s my PC could not handle the lag while I was recording also. So I did not record the last 50 rounds, but you're gonna see round 409. Yeah, but anyway, let's enjoy the time lapse. So I wasn't able to beat the last round even if I bought and resell a Sealy. But that was all for today's video, so I would appreciate if you leave a like or subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.